Okay, hello y'all. This is Junior Alvarez, known to Facebook as Junior Alvarez. Hello, friends. And to my brothers and sisters in Christ, known to them as Brother Mo. Here's the fight, ladies and gentlemen. The fight that everybody's been waiting for, especially Mike Jones. Brother Mike Jones. It's gonna be Evander Holyfield versus Mike Jones, and I'm gonna play Mike's. Let's see. Oh, what is this? Oh shit! I thought I spilled my water. Okay. There's a fight we've all been waiting for, right there. MGN Grand, yes. I gotta put this down. No, I gotta put my camera down so I can control Mike Jones. This is gonna be real tough because it's on the hardest level. Set my camera down.
Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore in Minneapolis, welcoming you to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, for a much-anticipated main event, scheduled for 7 rounds of heavyweight action between these two great warriors. Jones is making his way to the ring with a determined giddy-up in his step. He's making his way to the ring right now. Boy, and he's not bashful at all, is he? Look at him, confidently making his way down for this contest.
I need both hands for the control. Let me turn off the light.
Okay, have a good play, Mike. Touch him up. Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round 1 underway. Eddie, obviously we have a matchup that the fans love, power puncher versus power puncher.
Come on.
If you're one of the two trainers, what do you think?
Well, I'm thinking about defense. If I could be a little bit better on defense, my power's not going away. I'm still going to be okay in that area.
Accurate counter punch by Bulldog. Oh boy, look at this. Right from the get-go, they go after one another.
They remind me of my 15-year-old son going to the dinner table.
Come on.
Nice block by Real Deal. Able to counter that attack. Rushing uppercut by Joe. Very clean offense from defense by Real Deal. Whatever game plan and strategy they may have come in with, Teddy, they may have just thrown it out the window. They're trading blows non-stop in the round 1.
Everything's been thrown out the window. Everything in the room is going out the window. And we love it.
Halfway through round number 1. Well, you tell me. You know what both of these guys bring to the table. You see them in front of you. This fight's going to go the distance?
No, I think it's kind of like walking outside your house and you see those dark storm clouds. You know it's going to rain. It's going to rain.
What do you think is most misunderstood about the heavyweight division?
I think it's human nature for people to see these big Goliaths, that they start to think that, hey, they're more sure of themselves. That these guys have more of an abundance of security about themselves, about confidence. And really, it's the opposite. In some ways, these big giants, they're really unsure of themselves because they know they can do damage. They're also worried about damage being done to them.
Nice block by Real Deal. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Come on,
a
come on.
razor sharp hook to the head by Joe.
Yes, sir.
Real Deal's cheek is ripped open right there. You can see the cut. 10 clicks on the top.
Yeah, come on, Mike.
There's a taste of the sweet science. You see the skill
Oh,
he has in counterpunching.
man.
And you know what he's doing is taking his opponent's jab away.
End of the round is upon us. And if the next round holds up like that, we're going to be in for a real treat.
No, we will be, because both these guys have the philosophy that
Let's see,
their
what
best
time is it?
defense is their offense.
Oh, it's 12. It says on my phone, 12:30. Okay, ready.
Just focus on the fight and we'll take care of the smoke.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway.
Oh, no. Come on, come on.
Jones now got to deal with swelling. Accurate counter punch by Real Deal. Well, we just learned something here, Teddy, in this fight. He landed a beautiful counter punch, and if that continues tonight, this fight's going to be in his favor.
Yeah, this fight might be over, because when you land counter punches, usually you're landing clean shots, and sooner or later,
Yeah,
shots
look
that
at-
your opponent doesn't
come
see.
on, Mike.
And those are the shots that say, good night.
Devastating blow by Bulldog. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Targeted counter punch by Real Deal. Oh, that's
Oh,
gotta
wow.
hurt. What an
Yes.
impactful left hand by Joe. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Good soaring counter punch by Real Deal. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot.
Oh,
and then
come
comes
on,
back with
Mike.
an uppercut. Good block. Jones has got a cut. It looks like it's below the eye, on the cheek, but it's something that needs to be monitored. Jones is now in a spot that many fighters have faced numerous times, and that is, how do you deal with seeing your own blood and knowing that you would incur some serious damage. Look at that cut around the eye.
No, for a fighter to be able to move to the top, he's got to be tested in a lot of areas. Sometimes the test comes when he's hurt. He's hit on the chin. He's dropped for the first time. Sometimes the test comes when you drop the other guy and he gets up and he comes at you. And sometimes the test comes in the form of a cut. When you see your first blood, when you see it, that it's your blood, how do you behave? We're going to find out right now.
Don't worry about it. Take care of it. We'll take care of it. That's nothing. It's small cut. Nothing to worry about. That's it. Get them off the catches.
Back to live action now in what has been a closely contested fight. One of those fights that somebody is still waiting to break through and be a difference maker in.
Oh, it's out. All right.
A little defense turns to offense by Bulldog. Great pace to this fight, Teddy. These guys are not coming out of fifth gear. Nobody's slowing down.
No, they're fighting in
Yeah,
6th, 7th, and 8th gear.
Real deal is being smart on the outside. He is very much being tested here, even though he's likely up on the scorecards. He's getting a real test.
Yeah, Joey, testing will serve him in the future. If he goes on to win this fight, which I think he will, he's going to take what he learned here today, what he gained here today, and it's going to serve him as he moves forward in his career.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Come on. Come on.
And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Comes right back at him with a left hand.
Come on, Mike.
Accurate counter punch by Bulldog. You always say punchers are born, Teddy. But what about a guy's ability to withstand big punches? What about a guy's chin?
You know, that's an interesting point. Part of it is physical, and you know what it is? It's the neck. That's the shock absorber, but most of it's mental. You have to want to take the punches. You have to will yourself through the punches. This guy has some will.
Jones has got to deal with now a cut eye. Oh, and there you go. A well-targeted right hand by Jones.
Come on. Oh. Come on, Mike. Oh, no, come on. Oh. look at his Evander's side of his face. Pretty good looking.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. That's nothing. It's all cut. Nothing to worry about. But, thanks, man.
So the second half of this fight has now arrived. Jones is now in a position where he may not even realize it, but the eye is getting worse. Still, he fights on.
He behaves like a fighter. And that's the greatest asset you have. It's not your jab, it's not your hook, it's not your power, it's not your footwork. It's your ability to behave like a fighter. When
Don't let that eye get in your way, Mike. Show Evander how it's done. Yeah,
Very
there
nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Real Deal showing us that if he pulls this trigger, he's hitting that target. His accuracy is great.
Well, that's part of his ability. You know, I mean, it's not just his hand speed and that he's technically good. You know, he's got a little bit of pop, but he knows when to throw. See, that's important, Joe. Know when to let the hands go. He knows exactly what time it is.
Come on, Mark.
Jones is now fighting two opponents. The man opposite him and his eye swelling.
Yeah, but you can't panic, Joe. This is boxing. You know, this is not the opera. These things happen, and champions win under these conditions. So right now, believe it or not, strategy, you got to stay calm. And you got to start thinking, okay, it's this eye that's swollen. I'm going to keep the fight on the side of the ring where I can see with my good eye. You got to really think that clearly in these kind of conditions.
Oh.
Real Deal staying away from trouble. He's out there on the outside. Real Deal's strategy coming in was to land a lot of jabs. Teddy, you got it great about today.
Maybe even an A+, Joe. That plus is the right hand. Once the jab has been there, bang, the right hand came just when it was supposed to. Give him an A+.
Well-placed counter punch by Bulldog. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action non-stop.
Well, Joe, with special effects have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah.
Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
Big jab. Big jab. Big jab.
Round number 5 has arrived. Lands the counter.
Come on.
Jones is not showing us that he understands just how effective he can be if he went downstairs against his opponent.
Yeah, when you're saying, Joe, you're taking a peek and you're taking a swipe without meaning at his training. Because what he's telling you is he hasn't been taught some of the rudiments of boxing. That when you hurt a guy, you should go downstairs to finish him.
Targeting each other, the exchange was something special. Jones's cut is really a mess right now, and it could jeopardize this fight for him right here. Teddy, is there a blame that needs to be placed on his cut man? Could he have done more?
Well, really, the trick to being a cut man is pretty simple. It's not rocket science. You have to have the right medicines, the right coagulants. You have to be calm. You have to be able to put pressure on that cut, get it to stop, and then put those medicines in. But you need a little help from your fighter. You need him to move a little bit on his bike and give those medicines time to work.
Come on, man. Come on.
Jones has gone into a defensive shell, but that has cracks in that.
Yeah, it does. And the reason why it's getting cracked is because his opponent is confident that with those earmuffs on, you know, going into that peekaboo defense that he is, he knows he's handcuffed. So he's putting together 3, 4, 5 punches where normally he would only throw 1 or 2, worried something's going to come back.
Frustrating his opponent with great defense.
Come on.
A crafty counter punch after applying the fight, and the night is over. That punch causes an end to the evening. A TKO victory.
Oh man.
Your winner by TKO.
And a guy that I want to see more of.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us, Rick.
Oh well, Mike, you win some, you lose some. Evander's a pretty tough opponent, and I'm not really that good on the toughest skill level on this game.